Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 17 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Seattle Seahawks and the St. Louis Rams. This game will take place out in Seattle. Seattle with a win clinches not only the NFC West, but also home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. So, what Seattle's been working towards all season can be captured with a win in this one. They're coming off a loss last week at home. Okay, they now welcome in the Rams, 7-8, looking to finish the season at 500. The Rams only 2 wins on the road this season. They won earlier in the season at Houston, and they won in that blowout game, if you remember, at Indianapolis. But other than that, they've had lackluster road performances here. And, with the Rams, you get what comes along with playing with a backup quarterback. You get some days where that running game's working good, that pass rush is where it's supposed to be, and Kellen Clemens does enough to keep them in the game. You saw that happen the first time around against Seattle. Okay, Seattle won that game, all right, 14-9. But let's not forget the fact that the Rams sacked Russell Wilson 7 times, and Zach Stacy ran for 134 yards in that game. It just when the Rams got in the red zone, they were not able to punch it in and score touchdowns. They had to settle for 3 Stephen Hauschka field goals. You throw in 2 Golden Tate touchdowns from Russell Wilson, and that was the scoring in that game. The Rams not only did a good job as far as putting pressure on Russell Wilson, they also really bottled up Marshawn Lynch. Both those things need to happen in this game now up in Seattle, I think, for the Rams to have a chance. Because I think to depend on, certainly Kellen Clemens to go up there and win this game on the back of, on his arm, I think is asking way too much. You need another good effort from the running game from Zach Stacy and Benny Cunningham, and you need that pass rush, most importantly, to show up. Robert Quinn leads the NFL in sacks, one of the candidates for NFL Defensive Player of the Year. If he wants to put his stamp on that award, let's see him now against since the last time they played, a revamped Seattle offensive line who has Russell Oakland, who has Bruno Giacomini, who has Max Unger. They're all, all pistons firing on that offensive line. Let's see Quinn and that defensive line of the Rams put up another 5-6 sack performance. That would go a long way in getting Quinn that Defensive Player of the Year award. In this one, though, you would think Russell Wilson and this offense would come out with something to prove. They did not look good last week in that home loss to Arizona. They had a quarterback throw 4 interceptions at home up in Seattle, and they still lost. If you were to throw that set of circumstances out, you would think there'd be no way Seattle would lose a game at home. But they did last week. I think that's bad news for St. Louis. St. Louis coming off a win last week at home. One more game and they can go on vacation or go golfing or do what they have to do. I think this is a tough spot to get a team motivated for Jeff Fisher going from St. Louis all the way up to Seattle. And again, Seattle still with a ton to play for. I mean, the whole thing with Seattle is to get those playoffs to go through CenturyLink Field and the distinct advantage it gives them. Yes, I know they lost last week at home, but they won 14 straight at home before that. So you have to take that into consideration. Russell Wilson comes up prepared, has a big game. I don't think they only hold, I don't think the Rams hold Marshawn Lynch to 30 yards rushing like they did last time. And most importantly, I don't think Zach Stacy rushes for 130 yards himself. So, I think even if the Rams defensive line has a pretty good game, the Seahawks can still win this one big. So I like the Seahawks minus 10.5 at home in this one. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week, always covering the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.